QuickBooks Assisted Payroll isn't working for me. What are my options? So first of all, yeah, if QuickBooks Assisted Payroll isn't working for you, you would not be alone in that. And anybody on the call who's been there and done that with QuickBooks Assisted Payroll, yeah, you can feel free to weigh in right now with your experiences with that. I've seen it work, I've seen it not work, and I would say that on the whole, there's more troubleshooting involved than there should be. There are two major ways to go in a smaller organization, and that is an outside payroll service and using technology. So for example, there are other technologies that work a lot more smoothly than QuickBooks Assisted Payroll. For example, Gusto is really big right now. It's taken the world by storm. And it's a great combination of tech and customer service and people and automation. And a lot of people are saying that the price is right. Some micro organizations is that the price is too high, but it's still lower than a lot of other professional payroll service firms. They're going to have less automation, less technology, and more personal service. So I think it's a great way to go. And you also have a variety. So option number 2, you have a variety of outsourced professional payroll service firms to turn to. So you have smaller payroll service firms which may only serve a local market. One possible advantage for smaller payroll service firms like that is that you can get amazingly personalized service. My payroll provider, which I'm going to put right here in the comments, hang on, 941payroll.com. I am telling you, I feel like my company is their only customer. And I don't know how they do that, but they do. However, I can tell you that not every small payroll services company does this. I've been in this industry for 15 years and I've talked with representatives from a lot of different payroll companies. And I would say that only some of them really provide that level of service like 941 Payroll does. They mainly serve companies in New Jersey, but they're not necessarily limited to that area. Then you have mid-size and larger payroll service firms. In fact, the larger ones also include not only payroll, but also other aspects like workers' comp or unemployment or HR services. So it really depends if you're looking for a larger suite of services or if you really just need the numbers and the payroll tax forms filed and someone to remit the taxes and the withholdings and handle the direct deposit. Also, one thing to keep in mind is if you have a lot of employees who are getting paper checks, first of all, I'm not a huge fan of that. And one of the reasons why I'm not a huge fan of it is because that means that the paper checks have your company's account and routing number on them. Those are going to get into the hands of whoever. And so something that you might want to consider is instituting a pay cards program. And if anybody wants to message me for details, I know some people who run a couple of different pay card programs that can give the employees at no cost to your company and rarely at a cost to the employee. And let me put it this way, at a totally avoidable cost to the employee, you can put their net pay on essentially like a debit card, which they can use to buy things and also to get cash. Go to the grocery store, pay $50 for a loaf of bread, and you get bread and a bunch of cash. So there are programs out there that are worth considering. So you can look for technology, you can look for pay cards, you can look for a large or small payroll services firm, all of which are alternatives to QuickBooks Assisted Payroll. And since you are using QuickBooks, you can also ask your outsourced provider if they produce reports or export files that can be imported into your QuickBooks file. ADP is one example of a payroll company that can produce an export file that you can import. For the record, I would like to say that there is another payroll company that can also produce an export file so that you can import into a QuickBooks file, but they're so horrible that I would never in a million years recommend them because their customer service is a pit. I'm not going to say them right now, but if anybody wants to know, you can email me and I will let you know.